She is the princess who captivated everyone with her serenity, embodying the elegance of the Saudi desert and the grandeur of the Hashemite palaces. Rajwa al-Saif, who overnight transformed from an ambitious engineer into the future queen of Jordan. But who is this young woman who captured the heart of the Crown Prince of Jordan? And how did her path intersect with the Hashemite family? In the following lines, we will tell you the complete story of Princess Rajwa Al Hussein, from her deep Saudi roots to the chambers of the royal palaces, revealing secrets about her personality and life that changed forever. Don't forget to support the video with a like and subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest updates. Let's begin. The story begins in the Saudi capital, Riyadh, where Rajwa was born on April 8, 1994. She was not born into an ordinary family. Her father was the late businessman Khalid al-Saif, a descendant of the sheikhs of the town of Al-Attar in Sudair, and one of the most prominent businessmen in the contracting sector. The most surprising connection, however, is through her mother, Mrs. Azza al-Sudairi. Returning to, the family tree reveals that Princess Rajwa is directly related to the Saudi royal family by blood. Her mother is the niece of Princess Hessa bint Ahmed al-Sari, the mother of King Salman bin Abdulaziz. This connection legitimized Rajwa's place within Saudi elite culture, as she grew up in an environment that blended familial discipline with quiet luxury. This explains her composure, which many describe as regal, even before she held the title. Despite this close connection to ruling circles and the affluent environment, Rajwa's ambition always propelled her towards broader horizons beyond the shadows. As an ambitious young woman, she sought to forge her own path away from the limelight. She traveled to the United States, specifically to Syracuse University in New York, where she studied architecture. During this period, particularly in Los Angeles, photos later described as leaked surfaced. Candid images of Rajwa in simple clothes, with her hair loose, with classmates, and working diligently in design offices. These photos were not, this doesn't reflect poorly on her, rather it reveals a human and practical side to her. She is a self-made woman who earned a second degree in visual communication and worked as a designer at Design Lab before love came knocking. The public often wonders if Queen Rania chose her husband carefully and if the marriage was arranged. The truth, as revealed by Prince Hussein himself with a shy smile, was different. The prince met Rajwa through a mutual friend at school. It wasn't a diplomatic meeting behind closed doors, but rather an admiration that began with a phone call and a decision by the prince to get closer to this young woman who caught his attention with her intelligence and poise. Although Queen Rania was the biggest supporter of this union and described Rajwa as her third daughter, the spark of love was the primary driving force. It was a beautiful destiny, as Jordanians like to call it, bringing together two hearts that shared the same interests, from a love of horses to a passion for architecture and the arts. But behind this beautiful love lay significant responsibilities awaiting the Saudi engineer as she prepared for her new role. As the Crown Prince's partner, Rajwa's life began to change drastically after their engagement was announced at her father's house in Riyadh. She could no longer walk the streets without security, and her style of dress was no longer a private matter. Rajwa underwent strict protocols to transform into a Jordanian princess. She witnessed this as she trained for official appearances and accompanied the prince on his military and diplomatic trips. Yet, she maintained her own unique touch, a minimalist simplicity in her fashion choices, which many liken to the style of the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton. Rajwa wasn't trying to imitate anyone. Rather, she blended her Saudi elegance with the modernity of Queen Rania to create a new visual identity for a contemporary Hashemite princess. However, the glitter of crowns and the clamor of protocols couldn't protect the princess from the bitterness of loss, which coincided with the most precious aspect of life. While Princess Rajwa was experiencing the joy of awaiting her first child, fate presented her with a difficult and painful test. In February 2024, while in the early months of her pregnancy, her father, her greatest support, passed away. Businessman Khalid Al-Saif said that this loss was a great shock to the young princess, who was very attached to her father. Her grief was evident during the official mourning period. In those difficult moments, the strength of her relationship with her husband, Prince Hussein, shone through. He never left her side and was a great support to her in her time of sorrow. Then came August 2024, bringing the most beautiful transformation in the princess's life, the birth of her first daughter, Princess Iman. This was not just a family event, but a national moment in Jordan. Here, Rajwa's priorities changed. After participating extensively in official events, she chose to take a step back, to dedicate herself to her new role as a mother. Prince Hussein described this phase as the most beautiful change. Rajwa was seen in candid photos holding her baby with great tenderness, away from the clamor of maternity ceremonies. Rajwa added an aura of warmth and made the Jordanian people feel closer to her as she nurtured the future of the Hashemite family. Ultimately, Princess Rajwa Al Hussein remains a role model. The Arab girl who managed to preserve her identity and authenticity amidst the glitter of the crown is the engineer who realized that building true palaces begins with hearts, and the mother who today sows the seeds of a new generation of Hashemite royalty. The story began in Riyadh and reached its conclusion in Amman, leaving behind a hopeful promise fulfilled for the hearts of the prince and princess, who etched their names with elegance and tranquility in the annals of history. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.